Hello, it's Judith here with this week's video, and we're on part 3 of our little mini series talking about this transitional time of year when young ones are going to school for the first time, the middle ones are changing schools, and then the older ones are off to college or university. So this week it's all about the 11-year-olds, those that have left primary and are, as of this week, venturing into secondary school. As before, just a quick reminder about managing yourself as parent or carer. Obviously, we're dealing with a different age group to the four-year-olds of last week. And if your child thinks that you are anxious, picks up on your anxiety, they may not want to worry you or upset you by expressing theirs. So in a sense, it's even more important to be able to manage yourself. Of course, you're worried about them. Your little baby is now going to really big school. Your little baby who was top of the heap in primary school is going to be bottom of the heap. And depending upon the school, it's going to be mixing as a little 11-year-old or even a big 11-year-old with young adults up to the age of 18. So that can be quite scary in itself. So what do you do for this age group? I think they're very variable at this age. Both physical and mental and emotional maturity will vary. It'll vary between boys and girls. It'll vary between, different girls and different boys. You will know your child. So I think the biggest bit of advice is trust your instincts. You will know your child. You will know, hopefully, what it is they need from you. And so manage your own state and be available, I think is the prime directive. Time for them, give them time without badgering them about, oh, well, how do you feel about it? Are you worried about this? Are you worried about that? Don't implant ideas. Just time with them. Driving's often a really good time when you're sort of next to one another and nobody's looking at anybody else. It's often a good time just for a conversation, just very relaxed, very non-intrusive questions, just giving them chance to share their concerns with you. It's very difficult to predict what their concerns might be. I can remember that switch. And the thing that kept me awake at night was worrying about, not in my case finding the right classroom, because it was quite a small secondary school by today's standards, but having the right things with me for the right lessons. So I used to have nightmares of turning up to history with my maths book or forgetting the pencils or whatever. And, it's easy to laugh at it now, but it was a serious thing then. So often it's small things like that. It may be bigger things. If they're going into a school with no friends, there may be an issue around, because last time they made friends, they were 4, weren't they? Now it's a different kettle of fish altogether. Sometimes even if they're going to school with friends from their old school, they may not be people that they're particularly fond of or want to spend time with. So they may worry that, they're going to have to be with those people because they know them, or those people are going to want to be with them because they know them and they don't really want to be with them. Yeah. All sorts of things can be going on, and it's trying to remember back to yourself at that age and how, even though they may seem quite mature, how small and detailed some of the worries may be, or how big and scary some of the worries might be. So just time for them to tell you how they're feeling with very gentle nudges, not sort of, interrogation under a lamp. Well, what are you worried about? Are you worried about this? Are you worried about that? As I say, don't implant. If, as is entirely possible, you're not getting much back, no matter how gentle you are with your inquiries, no matter how much time you give them to chat about it, then Look for changes in behaviour. Again, as I say, you know your child or your young person. Look for changes in behaviour. And that may give you a clue as to whether or not they're worried. I mean, they may be absolutely fine and looking for it and really, really, excited, or fairly indifferent, or they may be worried. So look for changes in behaviour and maybe address that, just ask, are you okay? It's you don't seem to be whatever, doing what you normally do or whatever. But again, very, very gently, because it's that cuspal time, isn't it, where they want to be grown up, they want to be dealing with things themselves, but they're still, they're flipping between not quite being an adult, but being a bit more mature and a bit more grown up, and still being 5. And they don't know where they are, and you don't know where you are and which version you're going to get. So compassion, time, space, and observing behaviour, and trying to get to the bottom of that behaviour as gently as you possibly can, and being supportive. I know you'll get the, how did it go today at school? Fine, okay. And that's all you'll get. But again, just time for things to emerge later. And as I say, right through the period, just watch behaviour. And if you have any concerns at all, you can always talk to the school if you're not getting much out of your offspring, just to see if they're settling okay, and if not, what the issues are, so that you and the school between you can address them. So it's a lot more subtle at 11 than it is at 4. If they are worried about the process and how things work, then obviously you can talk them through it. Again, make sure they understand. I know they're likely to be in with only one other form in many schools for a couple of days to begin with, but thereafter, they're in a big school where they have to find their way around with the right books and with a lot, with being at the bottom of the heap now, and a lot of older people around them. And mixed school or a boys' school, those older people will be a lot bigger and stronger than them. So, and if it's a girls' school or again mixed, girls can be vicious. They can be real bitches. So don't be surprised if you hit friendship problems or things like that. I'm assuming on top of all of this, you're managing the social media aspect, which is a whole new video. The effects of social media, the needs to be looking a certain way, behaving a certain way, and the possibility of being bullied 24/7 because it doesn't stop at the school gates. But that's for another video. What you want is to get them nicely settled and reasonably happy in their new environment. So we'll leave it for that now. Okay, hope that's helped a bit. I hope it goes well. If your child is having problems and is not wanting to go to school, do something about it quickly. Don't sort of, oh, well, it's all right. Yeah, have a day off. It's a bit much for... No. Once you start letting them stay at home or fetching them from school because they're not coping, you need to take action. Again, in a compassionate way. Again, seeking help from wherever you think is best. Because when I see clients who have been at home even for a term or a year, it's really, really hard to get them back into school. So dealing with the issue as early as possible, as with all the issues that I talk about, is really important. So if you are facing that one, happy to have a chat with you. But please do look to the school or elsewhere for help in dealing with it very quickly. If you're struggling yourself, if you're okay with it, then carry on. But don't think you've got to handle it all on your own. Okay, then. That's it for now. And next week, we'll go up another level to the 16, 18-year-olds. Okay, then. As always, take care. And In fact, I will see you very quickly, although it'll be a week for you because I'm away for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to do both videos at the same time. But for you, it'll be a week later. So until then, take care of yourself. Bye.